That is full time. Georgia have won the Rugby Europe Men's Championship for the 8th consecutive time. It is also their 17th championship win overall. Here we go. Becca Sakinadze raises the trophy. Georgia have won the Rugby Europe Men's.
Let's have a look at this year's Rugby Europe Men's Championship 2025. So this is pretty much like the B division of European championships, right? So below the Six Nations, this is where countries can prove themselves. I mean, there's a second division, a third division, etc., etc. They do have a promotion relegation as well, which is pretty cool in my opinion. I think it should go all the way up. But hey, as I also do believe there should be a Seven Nations coming up, you know, maybe after the next World Cup, right? Give Georgia some time to be able to, I guess, grow rugby a little bit more, get stronger, get the next generation through. As we see in and around the world, in the World Cups, etc., for the under-20s, Georgia is doing better and better and better every single year. They're beating really good teams. I think they've beaten England, Wales, countries like that. So let's get into this. And before we do, if you do support this content, if you do enjoy rugby from around the world, because that's what the channel is about, is where we can just talk, give your opinion on rugby. That's the whole point of it. You're not judged. You know, we can have a bit of tongue in cheek and joke around about rugby, because that's what it's all about. The best game in the entire planet, hands down, and the game that's made in heaven, and that's why this channel was made. And if you do want to support the channel, just hit that subscribe button. YouTube has put me in YouTube jail. I've got some imaginary handcuffs on that they put me on, as they've given me a couple of warnings, as YouTube always does, because they don't want people just to talk. But hit that subscribe button. All it is one click below the video. It means a lot. Comment as well. Let me know your thoughts on the championship, or if there's a video you want me to make as well, because I will be talking more and more about the Americas Super Rugby and also the Super Rugby here in the Pacific as well. And we'll also do some on the international games coming up with the British and Irish Lions, etc., etc., as I'll be on the ground there doing interviews with people outside the grounds, in the pubs, and at the games as well. So that's what you got to be looking forward to. But let's get into it. Rugby Europe Championship 2025. As you can see here, so this is the 2025 one here on the left. On the right, down below there, kind of smaller, is the 2024. As you can see, 2024 standings is just there below. And here's the 2025 standings. So just looking at this, Switzerland, you know, oh, the hell? All right, here we go. We fixed it. As you can see down below there, Georgia finished on 14 points with a 67 points difference. Spain finished second on 9. Netherlands on 6 with a 3 points difference. And then Germany finished on 0 with a minus 59. As you can see, Georgia finished on 15 this year with, man, what's that? 170-ish points difference, you know, smashing. I mean, they won by over 100 points against Switzerland. Spain doing a little bit better as well. Netherlands doing a little bit worse. And Switzerland just getting absolutely demolished. You know, and they were actually higher ranked than Belgium, teams like that. And they got absolutely demolished. They'll be relegated. And then in Pool B, you can see Portugal last year finishing on 11 points, this year on 15, winning every game with a bonus point. Romania finishing second in the group with 9, same as last year. Belgium on 4, compared to the year before with 9. Germany finishing 0, and Poland last time finishing on 0 as well. So we can see Germany having a worse year, Belgium having a worse year this year again. But the main thing about Belgium this year is that they won that 5th playoff spot, which means they'll go into the last group. So there's a group of 4, which is the last opportunity to make the Rugby World Cup. Belgium is in that now. So they will have a chance to make it to the 2027 Rugby World Cup that will be held here in Australia. So, well, congrats to them. They beat Netherlands, and I did not think they would win, but they did. So bravo to them. Hopefully, they'll be able to make it in. And then we can see that Georgia and Spain, I mean, Spain is getting stronger and stronger every year, I believe. Portugal, even though they won every game with a bonus point, they disappointed in the semi-finals, unfortunately. As Romania, same thing. I'm not sure what's going on with Romania recently. They're just getting a little bit weaker and weaker as time goes on. But you can see there, Switzerland beat Germany in the 7th and 8th playoff. Wow. So Switzerland survives. I don't know how. Well done. But you can see in the playoffs this year, Georgia winning 46 points to 28 in the final, where last year they beat Portugal 36-10. Portugal losing in the semi-final to Spain, where they beat Spain last year 33-30, losing 42-31. Last year, exact same scoreline. Georgia beating Romania 43-5. This year, beating them 43-5. Well done. So well done to Spain. I think, if you're going to look at last year's results, what kind of is projected, you got to give Georgia another A+, winning by even more points, undefeated, bonus points in every game. Bravo to them. I think Spain, who finished second, you'll be giving them probably an A-. They really impressed, got more points than last year. Also making it to the final, beating Portugal, rivalry game on the border. So well done to Spain. Portugal, you'd have to give them a B, I believe. I mean, it's still acceptable. You're winning your group. They made it to the Rugby World Cup. They finished top 4. That's the main goal of this year's Rugby Championship, is to finish top 4 and you make it straight to the Rugby World Cup. So Georgia, Spain, Portugal, and Romania all have qualified for the next Rugby World Cup. With, like I said, Belgium getting into that 5th spot, still having an opportunity to make it to the Rugby World Cup. And it looks like Germany might be relegated as well, which is just shocking because Switzerland had 13 points scored and 226 against them, and Germany lost to them. That's insane. Shocking, to be fair. But anyway, that's how the cookie crumbles. So I think, if you're looking at the lower place teams, Romania, compared to last year, very similar years, I'll give them, you'd probably go a C, which is, I guess, acceptable. They made it to the Rugby World Cup. That's the main thing. So looking at the team, Romania, who finished 3rd in the end, you'd have to give them maybe a B- as well, I'd say, because last year they finished 4th, got smoked in the 3rd and 4th playoff, 40 points to 19. This year, actually winning the 3rd and 4th playoff, 21 points to 7, beating Portugal, which is big. Even though Portugal was missing players, into European competitions, like in the top 14, etc., they still finished 3rd. So, improvement for them, which is good to see. Obviously, in the lower ranked games, you can see Netherlands last year finished 5th. This year, losing. So Belgium, for me, you'd have to go something like probably a C, which is a pass. Finishing on less points this year, only winning 1 game, last year winning 2. But the main thing is they made that 5th spot, finishing 1 spot higher and having a chance to make the Rugby World Cup. Where Netherlands, it's definitely an F. It's a fail for them, finishing 6th, 1 spot down, and also missing out on any chance of making the Rugby World Cup. Switzerland, you'd have to go an F+, I guess. They stayed up. That is the main thing. I guess, actually, at the end of the day, a C, right? Because their main point was coming into this tournament. Last year, they weren't in it, got promoted. Poland went down, and they are staying in it, it looks like. So that's a pass. That is what they wanted. So bravo to them. Germany, F, F-. Getting relegated. Last year, only a minus 59 points difference. With this year, near like 100 points difference, losing in the 7th and 8th playoff. Just not good. It's just not good enough, unfortunately. But yeah, Germany getting relegated, it seems, and Switzerland staying up. So that's my final ratings there. I mean, bravo to Georgia. This should be called the Georgian Cup. I don't even know the last time the other teams won it. Romania was probably the last one before that, many years ago. when they probably used to be a bit of a stronger rugby nation. I mean, it's not that long ago. Romania just lost to Argentina by like 5 points. So they've taken a backward step, where it seems in the national stage, Portugal has taken a stride forward. They've got to play teams like Scotland, South Africa, touring to those countries. So I think they're taking a step forward. I think Spain, beating countries like Samoa, Tonga. Also, I think just losing to Samoa, should I rather say. Just losing to teams like Fiji, making it to the final of the European Championship. I think Spain is going to be very much a little dark horse in this next coming Rugby World Cup. Because like I said, it's the top 16 now who make it through to the next round. It's a round of 16 where it's the top 2 from each of the 6 pools, and then it's the 4 best placed third place teams. So if Spain can sneak in an extra win, 1 win, they could be maybe, and lose by a bonus point, something like that, win by a bonus point, they could finish third in one of the groups and maybe sneak into the round of 16. That is why I'm so excited. I mean, 8 more teams in this Rugby World Cup will make it into a playoff. Sudden death. I mean, it's going to be freaking exciting. I'm going to try and make it to, every single game I can. Round of 16s, quarterfinals, semifinals, just pool games. And that's why I want this channel, because we can go around, travel around Australia, go and talk to the supporters who've maybe traveled from all over the world to come and play a Rugby World Cup, come and watch the teams make it to maybe their first ever Rugby World Cup. It'll be massive. I'm super excited to see it. But bravo to Georgia, Spain, Romania, and Portugal making it into the Rugby World Cup. And unfortunately, unlucky for Netherlands, countries like that, who are now fully, eliminated from making it to the Rugby World Cup, which I think is a bit of a disappointment. Netherlands have been building more and more in the last few years, and for them to just lose that game to get an opportunity, it's telling. But you can tell who the top 4 teams are. It's the top 4, for a few years in a row now. So bravo to those teams. And I think it's just going to get better and better. And like I said, hopefully after the next Rugby World Cup, if they don't make a big national, international competition, I think Georgia should be getting invited, hopefully, into the 7 Nations. If they can win a couple games against Italy, win some games against Wales, it'll be too hard to tell them no. And, maybe that can become their national sport over there in Georgia in the few coming years. The more they see them doing better and better at the Rugby World Cups. But anyway, I'll end it on that. Let me know if you agree, disagree. What's your team rankings? What do you think about this current tournament that just happened? Also, let me know below if there's any videos that you think I should make about certain competitions, whatever it might be. Let me know below and I'll get back to you. But thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.